Always, thanks for your time, my friend. Let's hit story number one here. So the American Rescue Plan, which rescued absolutely no one, Pete, has apparently found someone to rescue. Funds may have been used to rescue Drag Queen Story Hour for kids. Given that you wrote an entire book about the failure of our American education system, I thought you'd probably have some words to say about this.
Okay, so Dan, we're going to give unaccountable money based on COVID to the unions, none of which gets used for COVID, and then we're surprised when about 150 million of it goes to the National Endowment for the Arts, which doesn't really do art anymore. It gives grants to left-wing organizations to hold Drag Queen Story Hours because they don't believe anybody's going to look, and this is their opportunity to grab our money to push an agenda, and that's what you get. Look, she's wearing a mask, though.
Yeah.
He is wearing a mask. That's good. COVID
Well, they definitely scored points with the political correctness brigade by throwing a mask on. That definitely saves everything. So, story number two, Pete. I don't know if you folks missed this one, but Harvard. Is this a Harvard study here? Their children's hospital. They say that babies in the womb know if they're transgender. Pete, I find that story really strange because babies in the womb, a lot of them don't even have names. So they don't even know their names, but they definitely know they're transgender. We have reached peak stupid, have we not?
We sure have. This is a Boston hospital affiliated with Harvard, and if you watch the clip, it's a minute and 30 clip. This woman looks at the camera and says, most of the kids I talked to are 7, 8, or 9, but a lot of them are 2, and most of them knew seemingly in the womb what gender they are. And then she preaches at parents saying, accept everything that your child is thinking. Dan, you're a parent. I'm a parent. There's nothing scientific about listening to your 3-year-old and what they think they want to do. Zero.
No, nothing. You know, it's the first time it's ever happened. The makeup artist in the next room, who I'm good friends with, actually laughed when I brought up that segment. Thank you, Mish. That's what we need more of a studio audience on the show. Well, that's why the show's unfiltered. Wait, one more topic I got to squeeze in here. 12 federal judges are reportedly refusing to take clerks from Yale Law School, Pete, over free speech concerns. You know, Michael Anton, who's a great writer, he says we're not going to start beating the left until we start imposing real material losses on them. They don't care about being exposed as hypocrites. This is a real material loss, isn't it? The loss of potential clerk opportunities now for being censorship-loving crazy people.
Love this story. So Yale Law has been like #1 according to all the rankings for 40 years. They send the most people to clerk for justices that send them on to be clerks for the Supreme Court. These 12 federal judges are really significant, important pipeline members of whether or not you'll clerk for a Supreme Court justice. They're saying if you went to Yale, we don't want you because Yale is indoctrinating you. There's not a single conservative professor. You're blocking free speech. So here's what they're doing, Dan. They're breaking down the credentialing. It turns out if you come from Yale, you're going to be a bad clerk and a bad employee, not the best of the best. We have to start rejecting the labels and the hierarchy that comes with them. And this is a real one. Loss. Kids going to Yale Law School will start to think, "Ooh, I don't know if I could ever become a clerk with someone with any common sense." It's great.
And I just want to note for the audience that you don't speak with forked tongue, man. You sent your degree from Harvard back. I watched you do it on the air, so you know of what you speak, man. I'm proud of you for doing it for whatever.
They have the power. That's what we can do to fight back.
Yeah. Good job, man. Thanks a lot, Pete. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.